we are the workforce team. I was told 20 minutes, so I talk really fast. So we only have 15 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead. Our learning objectives today are who we are and what we do, our 2023 goals, why we do it, why you should join our team, and at the very end, we're gonna ask some questions of you. 2 things you like about events and education, 2 things we could improve on. Besides celebration and gifts, how could we show appreciation to the team? And 1 key takeaway from today. So it could be this presentation or overall. But you guys this is your first presentation, except for Luke downstairs. So either way. So the first thing is who we are. So who do you think we are? And we have treats up here for good answers. Let's go. Who do you think we are?
A group of people caring for our community.
Our community. Well, we actually are internal community. We have a community team as well. So we focus on our teammates. Any other guesses? I'm gonna bowl.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Parties and events.
yes, we are the party planners. That's who we are, right? So then the next question is, what do we do? Come on, I just gave you the answer.
Plan.
We plan parties. Yes. All right, I'm gonna try to throw. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. All right. So what kind of parties? Employee parties. Yep. So went too far. Keep going. Hospital and Senior Care Week celebration, Employee Appreciation Day, Service Award Banquet. Those are just some of the parties that we throw. We also bring around the celebration cart. We do socialization events such as the Christmas celebration. Everybody should have seen our posters for this year. We're going back to a Christmas party. We'll talk about that at the end. And then we also do training events. So we just did a fire safety event a couple months ago. And now today, True North is, we organized this event. So leadership tells us, they want to put on an event. We help organize it. So we've been asking ourselves, who do we really want to be? Because being party planners isn't necessarily our goal, right? So our 2023 goals are, we really want to be the team that drives culture. We want to create opportunities for better communication, education. We're going to talk a little bit about voice of the employee and how we're going to revamp that. And then recruitment. If we really want to drive culture, it's extremely important that we have 1 person from every department on this team. Every department has to have a voice if we're gonna affect culture. Our team's purpose is being a driving force behind our culture of engaged and satisfied workforce team by creating an outlet for ideas and feedback, opportunities for socialization, appreciation, education to make HAM HWE the employer of choice. We want to be the employer of choice, right? We want the best of the best in this area to come work with us, right? We're the best. Why wouldn't we want the best to come? This is one of my favorite sayings. When people ask me, what do you do? I say, whatever it takes. Now, if you worked with me, you probably know that is a very true statement. I will do whatever needs to be done to help my coworkers be successful as well as the team that I'm helping. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. I like to talk about mission, vision, and values when we're talking about culture because sometimes we're a little confused as what that is. So our mission is really our long-term goal, where we want to be. Our vision is kind of more short-term goals that get us to our long-term goal. And our values is what drives our behavior. But what is our culture? I like to say that the culture is our feels of the company, right? How people feel about working here, about how people feel about their experience here. And for us, our vision is backwards in our mind. Our team's mind is we have to have the best culture to be the best partner to give the best care. If we're not taking care of each other and having a really good culture together, it's really hard to be a good partner to someone else. And then it's really hard to give the best care because we're not working as a team. Company culture is the backbone of any successful organization. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah.
Yes, my rehab friends. If we have a really weak culture, that means our backbone's really weak. What do we look like? Right? Scoliosis maybe? We need some rehab, right? So culture does not make people, people make culture. Who's responsible for the culture?
Employees.
The employees are, right? Is leadership going to be the people that tell us what the culture is going to be? No. It's us. It's us as a team who define the culture. It's kind of one of those things like if I come in and I have a really bad attitude and I'm crabby every day, what's that going to do to my team?
Bring them down.
It's either going to bring them down or they're going to want me out, right? It's going to be one or the other. So as we are looking at culture, if this was your organization, what would you want the culture to feel like? I got more trees. Welcoming? All right, I'm going to try and throw. Okay. Oh, no! She caught it! I'm a horrible sports person.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. What else?
Organized.
Organized. Like it.
Safe.
Safe. Love it. Positive. Oh my gosh, I'm falling down the job. Oh, right in your lap. Look at that. What else? Anything else? All right. Well, here are some of the ideas that we have. We want to be inclusive versus exclusive. We talk about silos a lot in the organization. We want to break down those silos. And the reason being is that, sometimes the work that we're doing could be better served for another department. They may love to do that kind of work and we may hate it, right? It may be the worst part of our job. So if we start to break down those silos, we might find that the work that we're doing could be better served in another department or vice versa. The work that they're doing could be better served by us. And I would say many hands make light work. So if we're all working together towards the same goals, it makes our work life a lot more enjoyable. Sense of belonging. I belong here. I have a place, right? So if I don't show up to work, it affects my team. It's not like nobody will miss me, right? That's a great feeling to belong. Passion, commitment, and enthusiasm. If you have passion for what you do, does it feel like work? No, it's enjoyable. Like, I love what I do. I love being up here talking to you guys today. Commitment. I have a commitment to myself, to my work, and to my team. One of the things that when I talk about commitment is Emily Wooling is on our team. And the first day that we did this, she had a push a rapid response, right? Okay, I always mess that up. So rapid response code. And I happened to be getting a coffee at that point in time. And so I was in a perfect position to watch everybody go to that response. And some people ran, some people walked, and some people walked very slow. So as I was sitting there watching, I was thinking to myself, now if I was on the table, I definitely would want people to be running to come help, right? And Emily said she pushed the button. She needed help. She definitely wants people to run to her to give that help. And it's one of those things where, there's lots of reasons why people stop running to those things. So how do we get to the point of all of us doing whatever it takes every day? So as we talk about culture, that commitment is really important. And enthusiasm. Now, should everybody be Mach 10 like me and walk into a patient room? Woo, woo, woo! No, right? Like, we don't want to do that. She's like, oh my gosh, I hope not. No, but strength lies in the differences, not the similarities. We all have to be, you don't have to all bring the same things. That's what makes us the strongest organization we can be. Be empowered. Wouldn't it be great if you had all the training that you needed so that you could be empowered to do your job independently? Fabulous, right? Or that you are empowered to make decisions and not fear that it's the wrong decision and that you're going to get in trouble. Because we're going to make mistakes. We're human. We're going to make mistakes. But it's how we address those mistakes, right? It's about talking them through, understanding why it was maybe not the right choice, and then training for future situations where you might have to make that same decision. One team. I talk about EVS on this one. If there's a piece of paper on the ground, do I have to call my friends at EVS and ask them to pick up that piece of paper? No, I'm fully capable of bending down and picking up a piece of paper. But if somebody throws up, I'm probably gonna have to call them because I don't know where the cleaning stuff is. I don't know how to clean it up appropriately. So I have to appreciate that my partners in EVS know how to do that and give them a call. And you know what? I've talked about that a lot in these, and the EVS is like, we'd be more than happy to come clean up that throw up if you pick up that piece of paper. So it's that teamwork. It's embracing that they will be our partners and we can be theirs. Embracing change. Are all ideas winners? No, not all ideas are winners. So do you know how we understand that it's not a winner faster? Is if we all jump on the change and start doing it. Because I can tell you every leader in the world is going to tell you that until everybody gets on board, that we don't know if it's really a loser or not, right? Because we're not getting behind it. So if we all jumped on the change immediately, we're gonna be able to weed out those loser ideas very quickly and get onto a winner much faster. And then respectful direct communication. Tracy's doing something that I don't think she should be doing. Do I need to go to my boss and whisper, you gotta go talk to Tracy. I don't think she's doing this right. Or can I say, hey Tracy, did you know that I had someone show me how to do this? And this was much easier for me. Let me show you. It doesn't have to be conflict. We can have respectful communication right there and then. Because if we don't feel comfortable having direct communication with our partners, our teammates, it would be very difficult to stop the line if we needed to, right? And make sure that we don't harm our patients. And then also the why. We're gonna ask leaders to give the why when we are making a change. Because it's much easier to get on board when we understand why we're making the change. But they are also human. And they may forget from time to time what the why, or to give us the why. So we have to feel comfortable asking what the why is. And then trust. We have to trust our leaders that they're taking us in the right direction. Reason being is they've done their data, they've invested in understanding why we need to make a change, and then going so that we can all go in the same direction. But they also have to trust us. If we jump on the change bandwagon, they have to trust that the opinions that we're giving them are factual opinions, right? That they are the heart of what we believe to be the truth. Workforce retention, I love this slide. We have 452 team members. That's way less than my graduating class in high school. So I know we can know everybody in this play. And that is one of my goals, is that I'm going to try to learn people's names and get to know people in the organization this next year. I'm horrible with names, so it's really going to be a challenge for me, but I'm going to go after it. The other cool thing about this slide is that we have 79% of our workforce, 71% of our workforce has been here 5 years or less. And 29% has been here over 5 years. So what that tells me is that we have 29% of the workforce that can give us, they've probably been through a million changes since they've been here. They can give us feedback on our ideas. They can tell us what's worked in the past and what hasn't. They can talk about changes. But then we have 71% of our workforce that is coming in with fresh, new ideas that we can put into play. Because I'm sure they came from other organizations that had things that work. The STAR standards. Who can name me the 4 STAR standards?
Service, teamwork, accountability, respect.
Oh, you saw I had the answer right here for us, right? How about the subcategories? Woo! Right? Don't feel bad. Nobody's gotten those. So the purpose of that is to say, you know what, if this STAR standards is supposed to drive our behavior, shouldn't it be easy and we should all know it, live it, breathe it, right? Should we have 50 subcategories that explain it? Probably not. It needs to be something that we all can remember and live by, right? So we're going to be working on that this year. The other thing is voice of the employee. I personally put in a voice of the employee because I wanted to see where it went. And crickets. I got no response. So for me, I was like, great opportunity for us to fix that. Because if our team members are going to be giving ideas or suggestions, or they're frustrated, we need to make sure that we're circling back and getting them an answer or a response. So you'll be seeing some revamping of Voice of the Employee in 2023, and we'll be giving you more information on that. Our workforce team, what I want you to look at here are the departments that are represented, because like I said, we're coming after you. No, I'm just kidding. We really want the voice of every department, because we want to be able to have our ideas brought back to the team, and then their ideas each team's ideas brought back to this workforce team. We want you to join our team. I almost wore my gold chains for y'all today. The commitment is 1 hour every other week. Right now it's Wednesdays, 9:30 to 10:30. As we get people to join, if that time does not work, we will relook at that. It's volunteer events like this one. And be the voice of representative for your department. Because like I said, if you're going to drive culture, we have to hear from everybody. Why we do it: to make a difference, to help decrease burnout and increase retention, create opportunities for wins, to bridge the gap between departments, help our staff feel recognized and appreciated, and to create a sense of family away from your family. Speaking of family away from your family, we have to know each other to care about each other, right? So we are having our upcoming social event. I did send out an email that kind of outlines it, but we're going to have some transportation to and from the hospital. We realize that Heartwood is far away, but it will house all of us. We won't have to wear masks, but we do ask that if you are not feeling well or your guest is not feeling well, that you do not come, just because of the fact that we want to care about each other. We don't want our team to get sick, our entire team to have an epidemic, so that we can't care for our patients. But we're going to have a bags tournament. We're going to have fantastic food. It's going to be a great time. But don't let the masquerade ball scare you. Jeans and a nice shirt are totally appropriate. But if you want to be Claire in HR, this is her dream of making it come true. She will have a ball gown on, I guarantee it. All right. If you would fill out those sheets for me, that would be fantastic. And then if you have any questions for me, I'm more than happy to answer.